So Assalamualaikum and hi. So I'm Nur Shukina binti Suhaimi. So today I'm going to introduce about the human relations theory. So I'm doing this with my members Nurin and Aini. So for human relations theory, there are more focuses on the importance of relationship between employees and their managers, and in determining how well an organizations perform. And it also suggests that communication, social interactions, and approachability of managers can improve the employee motivations and productivity. But for the student purpose, we are looking in on how certain factors such as how often students use the public transport and how often they interact socially and how easy it is for them to access the transport affect their acceptance of public transport. Based on our Google form, we have 77 respondents participate in the survey, and the data includes with the gender, age, education level, and employment status. So we have three independent variables. The first one is the frequency of use, is on how often students use the public transport. Second is the social interactions, and on how much students interact with others in their daily, for example, like with friends, colleagues, or public transport staff. The third one is its accessibility. It's on how easy it is for students to access the public transport. And then for the DV, we have one, is a dependent variable. So it's for acceptance of public transport. It's usually like how likely students are to accept of preferred public transport in their daily life. Next, I'm going to continue with a 2.0, the calculations of the standard deviations, mean and maximum value, including t-test. So it shows that all the 77 participants score a range from 2 to 5, which means between the 3 to 308, indicating moderate agreement. So the standard deviations range from 101 to 109, reflecting the moderate variability around the mean. Next, for the second IV, is all participants score between 2 to 5 across all the measures. So this mean indicate that the participants generally had moderate agreement, with at C4 showing the highest average score. For the third IV, it shows that score range from 2 to 5. A4 has the highest mean 3.12 and A3 is the lowest 2.92. Standard deviation range from 1.02 to 1.012 indicate the moderate variability. Lastly, for the DV, it shows that score range from 2 to 5. I2 has the highest mean 2.97 and I3 is the lowest 2.91. It's a standard deviation range from 0.97 to 1.03, indicate the moderate variability.
T-test, the one sample t-test shows significant results. P equals to 0.000 for all FOU and SC variables, with mean differences around 3, confirming their means are significantly greater than 0. The one sample t-test shows all A and I variables have significant positive mean differences. P equal to 0.000 around 3, confirmed by confident intervals. Collinearity diagnostics reveal no significant multicollinearity issue. For 3.0, the calculation of the normality test percent correlation Cronbach alpha. For independent variable 1, normality test for all items shows p-values below 0.05, indicating non-normal distributions. The Cronbach alpha of 0.605 suggests good internal consistency, but the reliability is moderate, with a similar result when standardized items are used. For independent variable 2, normality test shows significant deviations, p below to 0.05, indicating non-normal distributions. The Cronbach alpha of 0.600 reflects moderate internal consistency, which remains the same when items are standardized. For independent tree, normality test shows significant deviations p below 0.05, indicating non-normal distributions. Cronbach alpha of 0.766 indicates good reliability, which remains stable at 0.768 when standardized items are used. For the dependent variable, normality test for all items show p-values below 0.05, indicating non-normal distribution. The reliability analysis show excellent internal consistency with a Cronbach alpha of 0.934, confirming high reliability, which remains strong at 0.935 when standardized.
Hello, my name is Nurin Tasha. I will explain about regression coefficient. For the regression coefficient, the constant value is B equals to 2.349, indicating that I expected to be 2.349 in the absence of effects from FOU, SC, or A. SC, which predicted I is significant 0.047 and I is expected to rise by 0.320 units. The standardized coefficient beta equals to 0.229, which has the strongest relative influence on I. FOU has B equals to negative 0.156, suggesting a slight negative relationship with I. However, this relationship is not statistically significant because significant equals to 0.292, which FOU does not have a meaningful impact on I. show very small positive effect on I because B equal to 0.032 and at significant equals to 0.806, indicating that A does not substantially influence on I. I will explain about model summary. The low explanatory power. The R squared value is 0.067, meaning only 6.7% of the variability in the dependent variable I is explained by the predictors FOU, SC, and A. The remaining 93.3% of the variability is unexplained. Adjusted R squared. The adjusted R squared is even lower, indicating that the model performed poorly after accounting for the number of predictors. Model not statistically significant. The F statistic is 1.751 with a p-value of 0.164, significant F change. This shows that the predictors do not collectively explain a significant portion of the variation in dependent variable. Hi, for my second part, I will explain about collinearity diagnostic analysis. The collinearity diagnostic table provides valuable insight into the degree of multicollinearity in the regression model, specifically through the condition index and variance proportion. Condition index. The condition index for the fourth dimension is 17.558, which fall within the range of moderate multicollinearity. Condition index values between 15 and 30 indicate potential multicollinearity consent. Second, variance proportion. To confirm whether multicollinearity is a significant issue, the variance proportion associated with the fourth dimension were analyzed, which first, FOU 0.38, SC 0.38, and A 0.29. None of these values exceed 0.5, which suggests that the level of multicollinearity is not particularly severe. Typically, high multicollinearity is flagged when two or more variables have variance proportion greater than 0.5 for a dimension with high condition index. Hi, right now I will explain about hypothesis testing. Determine whether there is enough evidence to conclude a significant relationship between the independent variables FOU, SC, and A and the dependent variable I in the regression model. Null hypothesis, the predictors FOU, SC, and A have no significant effect on the dependent variables I. In other words, their coefficients are equal to 0. Alternative hypothesis, at least one of the independent variable has statistically significant relationship with dependent variable. For the F test, it evaluates whether the regression model explains significantly more variance than would be expected by chance. The F value equals to 1.751 with a p-value of 0.164. Since the p-value is greater than 0.05, there is insufficient evidence to conclude that the independent variables collectively have a significant impact on I. For the last one is R squared, indicates that the only 6.7% of the variance is I is explained by the predictors. The adjusted R squared is lower at 2.9%, highlighting the weak explanatory power of the model. Adding more predictors is unlikely to substantially improve the model fit.